Petr Kellner, the reclusive Czech billionaire who built a business empire with $52 billion in assets over 3 decades to become the country's richest man, died in a helicopter crash in Alaska. He was 56. Kellner was among 5 people killed in the March 27 crash of the Airbus AS-350B-3 chopper, which went down near the Knik Glacier in Alaska, according to local authorities. 1 passenger survived and is in stable condition. Kellner had been on vacation at a remote luxury lodge located 40-minute flight from Anchorage, according to a statement cited by the Associated Press. After the fall of communism in the Czech Republic, Kellner had forged a holding company with interests spanning finance, telecommunications, manufacturing, media and biotechnology. Kellner's death coincides with a critical juncture for the company, called PPF Group NV. The country's largest private equity group is negotiating the sale of its Czech and Slovak financial assets. It's also nearing conclusion of a review of its telecommunication infrastructure unit. How Kellner's death might affect those transactions remains unclear. In a statement, PPF lauded the billionaire's incredible work ethic and creativity, and that Kellner's private life belonged to his family. Kellner, an avid snowboarder and kite surfer, had a net worth of $15.7 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Born in 1964 in what was then Czechoslovakia, Kellner studied economics and worked as a salesman for an office equipment distributor shortly after the Communist Party imploded in what became known as the Velvet Revolution in 1989. When the state began selling assets such as industrial firms and refineries in a voucher for shares program, Kellner set up a fund in 1991 and acquired stakes in 202 companies. The fund wound up handling the 6th biggest batch of assets offered for sale at the time, according to the firm, which then became known as PPF Group, and in which Kellner controlled about 99%. Read more. PPF is said to value Chetin at $8 billion before potential deal. Using vouchers and a loan, PPF started accumulating assets and built a 20% stake in Česká pojišťovna, the country's largest insurer, which Kellner turned around and into the bedrock of his wealth. He cashed out in 2013, selling the insurance assets to Italy's Generali in a $3.3 billion deal. Global assets. PPF's broad operations include the Home Credit Group unit, one of the largest consumer lenders in Central and Eastern Europe. The company has also expanded into China, Vietnam, India, Indonesia, the Philippines and Kazakhstan, and PPF's assets totaled €44 billion, $52 billion, as of June 2020. In the 2 pending transactions, PPF is negotiating a sale of financial assets to Moneta Money Bank as in a share swap that could give PPF control over the Czech lender. The review of the telecom unit, called Chetin Group BV, may include a sale of a minority stake in the company, either directly or through the stock market. Read more. How a bet on China consumers is backfiring for richest Czech. While Kellner wasn't publicly active in the political arena, his business in China caused some controversy at home. He had been among business leaders accompanying President Miloš Zeman, a promoter of closer business ties with China, on his trips to Beijing. Late in 2019, PPF and Home Credit sought to fend off allegations in local media that the lending arm had hired a public relations agency to help improve China's image back at home. Home Credit said its goal was only to rationalize the public debate and weaken extreme positions in the public sphere by presenting facts about doing business and life in the Asian nation. Mountain Retreat. Kellner had been a guest at the Tordrio Mountain Lodge, which organizes heli-skiing trips into the Alaska backcountry. After the helicopter, which is owned by Saloy Helicopters of Wasilla, Alaska, didn't return on the evening of March 27, the Alaska Rescue Coordination Center dispatched a team to the last known location, where they discovered the debris and managed to airlift out the sole survivor, according to a statement. Kellner kept a low public profile and was known to closely guard his private life. His company's annual reports were a rare platform through which he shared his thoughts about business and personal priorities. For someone like me, who loves to create and build, there is nothing worse than seeing decline and destruction, he wrote about the impact of the coronavirus pandemic in the 2019 foreword. I have experienced and seen this several times.